Alright, this is Chapter 2, Section 1, making stem and leaf graphs. We'll do line graphs in another section, and bar graphs if you read in the book. So for Chapter 2, Section 1, Section 2, and Section 4, it's making graphs. Just copy those to a Word document and save it as a PDF for the submission. In Section 3, you're going to be doing hand calculations. Okay. So for the stem and leaf plot here, if you go to Canvas, you'll notice under the lecture notes and the lecture documents that the notes they're right there, and you're going to want to download the actual data. And once you have the data downloaded, right, drag that data file from your File Explorer into Office. So go to office.com, right? Go to office.com, log in with your student account, and go to your OneDrive, and then drop that file into your OneDrive. So where did I just drop it in? I just dropped it right here. Okay, so I dragged and dropped from my File Explorer, basically. I just drag and drop into there. Okay. Okay, so where is the data? Right there. I'm going to open up the data in the browser. If you open it up in the local version of Excel, it'll be slightly different as far as the look, but the functionality is the same, and where the buttons are will be different, but everything's still there. Okay, so if I look at page 1 of the notes, it's child IQ scores of kids exposed to low levels of lead. We want to make a STEM plot. Okay, so I'm going to go to the top here. We're going to put STEM plot, and these are IQ scores of children exposed to low levels of lead. And we'll put a key here. And for now, we're just going to shift that to the right. We'll fill in the key after we understand what we're actually plotting. Okay. And we want to put two things here. We want to put stem, and we want to put leaf. And we want to right justify the stem and left justify the leaf, basically. I want to box that up. Okay. The only thing I would do is probably bold and underline that. Okay. And then make the leaf considerably bigger. So if I look at my numbers here, they're not in order, so I'm going to click on A and click on data and put them in order. Okay. So this goes from 50 all the way down to 145. So that means I need a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, because the stem is the leading number, and the trailing number, place value, is the leaf, right? So if you've been outside, which means your feet have touched grass, there are trees outside which have stems and leaves, right? The leaves are connected to the stems. So 50 and 56 is 50 and 56, basically, right? So what we want to do is take this column right here and make a right-hand line, right? So it separates the two. Alright, so for 60s there are none, which is fine. So 70s, we have these ones here, right? So that means we have 70, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 76, 76, 76, 76, 77, 78. Oh, there's two 77s, 77, 78. Alright, hopefully I got that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, just going to get the right amount. Alright, so 80s, we have these ones here. Okay, perfect. There's never a question if you highlight them too. Right, if you notice on here, there's a count 5 on the bottom. Alright, so the 80s, we had 80, 80, 80, 84, 85, 85, 85, 85. There's 4 of them, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 86s, and then 1, 2, 87s, 1, 2, 3, 88s, and 1, 2, 3, 89s. And again, I'll make this bigger. Okay. And when you're all done too, what you want to do is kind of click on this and merge them together so it fits all in one box. Okay, so 90s, we have these ones here. Okay. So that's going to be 91, 92, 93, 94, 94, 94, 95, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96, 96. Did I get the correct number? Let me just double check that. 96. I should have had 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I was right. Sorry. That was the only one I was questioning there. 97, 97, 98, 99, 99, 99, 99, 99. Ooh, there's one too many there, because I believe it was only 4 of the 99s. Do I check here, 4 99s? Yes. Okay, so next one is in the hundreds. So 100, and it goes up to 100, and there's no 109s. There's 1, 8, there's 4 7s, there's 5, 3, 2 5s, 6. Okay, so I have 100 and 101, 101, 102, 104, 104, 105, 105, 106, and there's 407s and 108. Okay, 111s, I have those ones, 1558. 1558. So 12s, I have 2, 5, and 8. I have no 30s, and I have a 45. Okay, so I have a 120, 120, 125, 128, and I have a 145, right? Because there are no 130s down there. All right, what I notice is if there's a single number, for some reason it shoves it to the right, we'll just shove it back to the left to make that work. Okay, so the question is the key. What do these things stand for? So pick any number you want. I'm going to pick 92, right? So 9 vertical bar 2 stands for what? 92 IQ, right? It doesn't matter what number you pick on the table, just pick something, because you have to say what these numbers actually represent, right? Is it 92 million, 92,000, 9.2? Is it widgets? What is it basically? Okay. So the second thing we want to do is on the next page of the notes, if I can get my... Oh, I put it on the wrong page. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen. Okay, the next page we want to do is split stem plot. So we're going to split the stem, right? So the first values of 0 to 4 go in the first one, and then the second values of 5 to 9 go in the second one. So I think we're going to cheat here. We're just going to copy this, and we'll paste it down here, and we'll simply put the word split in front of this, right? So I don't have to make the whole thing from scratch. And then I'm going to click on this and insert above. Click on this one, insert above. Click on this one, insert above. This is working pretty well. It's just a huge time saver. Insert above. Insert above. Insert above, and insert above. Okay, so we want to take this 6 and move it to there, basically. Well, why is that? So I'm going to shove those to the left because I have 2 5s now. So anything that's 0 to 4 goes here, anything that's 5 to 6 goes here. So I'm going to double all of these because we're splitting the stem, right? Hence the name. So I'm going down through here and splitting the stem. Oh, we're going to extend the line a little bit more. Extend that line a little bit more. Okay. So I go up to here. There were no 6s. So you still keep it though. I'm going to take all the 5s or higher and paste them there. And anything that's 5 or less than 5, stays there basically, right? So here's the rule, right? I want to, 0 to 4 in the first one, and 5 to 9 in the second one, after I split the stem. Okay, so next one. Copy, paste, and then delete the extras. Copy, paste. Delete the extras. Copy, paste. Delete the extras. And... oh, what did I do here? Oh, that's good. Alright, copy, paste. Leave the extras. Okay. And then copy, paste. Leave the extras. And then this has to go to that one. Oh, apparently when it's a single number, it shoves it to the right automatically. Not quite sure why, but hey, it does. Okay, so if you don't have a number, like we had no 13s, right, nothing 130s, leave it. It still needs to be there. And even if there's only one number, put it in the right spots. There's only a 145. There's nothing else below it, right? I think we had another example of that here. Well, I guess we didn't. We had only one each there. So basically, a split stem plot is a more accurate stem plot. And what you can see if you look at it the other way, this is kind of a bar graph or a histogram. Kind of shows you the shape of the distribution, how the data is distributed. Right? This does the same thing. It's just more bunched up, essentially. Okay? All right, so if you look at the third page of the notes, it's a side-by-side stem plot, which is a specialty case, and you can split that one also. We're not going to here, though. We're just going to do a regular one, so you can do a split version. We're not going to, though. So I have the age of the inauguration of the presidents and the age at death of the presidents. Obviously, this list is longer than the death one because, obviously, Bush and Obama are still alive. Okay, and I didn't do all of them. Obviously, this stops before Biden and Trump when I made this list a couple of years ago. Okay, so obviously there's fewer deaths than there are actual presidents because not all of them have died. Okay, so we're going to go to the spreadsheet again, and you go to president's age, and what you can do here is click the column, right, and you can do data, sort, and don't expand it because we just want to do that one, just sort it. And what's nice is it actually ignores the words. It's smart enough, and it'll actually just do the numbers for you. And we'll do this one, and sort. Yeah, perfect. Now that they're in order for us. That just makes our life easier so we don't have to figure out what's what, basically. Okay, so we want to put a, let's put it here. Side by side stem plot. Okay, and we'll put U.S. President's age at death and inauguration. Okay, and we'll put a key, and we'll leave that blank until the end. So once we decide on the values, okay, we're going to shove that to the right, and we'll take all these boxes here and merge them. And I like to always underline the title, right? So when I always ask for a type and title, that's the type, and then this is the title afterwards, obviously. All right, so we need 3 boxes here. We need the stem, and then we need age at death on this one, and we need age at inauguration in this one. Notice we don't put leaf anymore. We just put the names of the leaves, basically. All right, so it's a little bit different. All right, and we want to right justify this one. And we want to left justify this one, basically, and then center this one out. Okay. And make these a little bit bigger, too. Okay, so we want to take those, box them up, and then look at our data values. So this goes from 40 all the way to 100, right? That's our biggest value. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, basically. And we will center those out. And we will put boxes on the right side, and we'll put boxes on the left side now, right? Because it's going to go 2 ways. Okay, so if we look at the inauguration, those are my 40s here, correct? So we have 49, 49, 48, 47, 47, 47, 46, 43, 42, correct? And we want to take all of those, and we want to right justify. Age at death is right here. We have 46 and 49, right? So you can see the comparison, basically, which is why it's that's why I call it a side-by-side. Let's unmerge this and then remerge it. We'll fix it after, actually, because we're probably going to change this. Okay, so then we have the 50s. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of 50s. So 8. Okay, so we have 58, and then there was 1, 2, 3. I didn't. There we go. 58, and there was 4 57s, and then there were 3 56s, and then there were 4 55s, and then there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4s. 54s. There was 2 52s. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 51s and a 50. Right? That was 150. I can highlight that. Get 5. Okay. So I definitely want to make that bigger now. There we go. Okay, and then we had let's look at the 60s now. 60s right there. All right, so we had 69, 68, 65, 64, 64, 62, 61, 61, 61, 60. Okay. And then we have the at death now, 53, 56, 56, 57, 57, 58. And then we have 60, 60, 60, 63, 63, 64, 64, 65, 66, 67, 67, 67, 68. And 70, 70, 71, 71, 71, 74, 77, 78, 78, 79, right? Let me just double check that. Yeah, because there's only 179, 278s. All right, let me have to do the 80s. 80, 81, 83, 85, 88. Right? 81, 82, 85, 88. All right, and then we have the 90s and 100, right? So we have 90, 90, 93, 93, 94, and 100. And that 100 is Jimmy Carter. Just died the most recently. Okay, so that's our side-by-side stem plot. So we'll pick a number in here. I don't know. How about 53? That's or 46. That sounds like a good one. About 40 upper bar 6, and the upper bar is above the entry key. So 46 years of age, right? We'll take these two boxes here and we'll merge them. And we'll take these boxes here and we'll merge them, basically. Okay, and let's shove that to the left, too. Okay, so I like it. Good. All right, so last piece in this section is observable outliers. So if I look at this right here, this is clearly way outside of the data. So the data tend to be right here. This is on the outside, right? So we'll calculate outliers later on. There's ways to do that in each chapter, depending on the types of data. We're going to calculate it in section 3 in this chapter also. So we're just observing what it is and using our opinion to find the outlier. Later on, we'll calculate it. So I would say here 1, 2, 3 kilometers from the supermarket is an observable outlier, right? And you would be wrong because this is not 1, 2, 3, because the key says 3.8. This is actually a 3.8 kilometers, right? So that would be what you would say there. Okay, so let's make one here and then observe the outliers. These are our numbers here for the number of miles a student lives off campus, basically, is my data set. So I'm going to go to the data here. Go to miles off campus. These looks like they're already sorted. You can also double check that by going to data and sort, right? Okay, so let's zoom in here. Okay, so we want stem plot. Okay, and then this is distance. Students are living from campus. That works. All right, so put a key, and then we'll wait on that till we figure out what the key actually is. I'm going to shove that to the right. All right, so we want to put the, I hit the wrong button, stem and leaf. Okay, so we're going to right justify that and left justify that. Box them up. Okay, and then if we look at these, it's 0 to 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so the leaves are 5 and 7. So 5 and 7, right? So this is 0.5, 0.7. So look at the ones right here. Oop, there's the ones. Okay, so 1.1, 1.2, 1.2, 1.3, 1.3. 1.5, 1.5, 1.7, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. We'll make this bigger. Okay, we'll look at the 3s. No, 2, sorry, 2s. There's my 2s. Not all that many of them. So we have 2, 2.2, 2.5, 2.6, 2.8, 2.8, 2.8. 3s, we have 5 and 8. 5 and 8. 4s, we have 4, 8, 9. 4, 8, and 9, and then 5s we have 2, 5, 7, 8. 2, 5, 7, 8. So 6 and 7 we have nothing. That doesn't mean you don't put them there though, because again it'll change the shape of the distribution, and we only have 8. You're like, well, it's 8 though. Yeah, but it's really 8.0. You know what I'm saying? What you can do is you can change it to a number, right, and add the decimal values accordingly so they actually line up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then we're going to shove this to the left. So you need to put it so we actually know there's an 8 there, basically. So the key here is we'll pick a number. How about 52, right? So 5 vertical bar 2 does not mean 52. It means 5.2, and this one is in miles, basically, right? So the observable outlier, oh, actually, no, we forgot to do. We need to take this right here and put a right bar on it, right? So we'll put an asterisk here. The observable outlier is 8.0 miles. Okay. Okay, so we'll take that and we'll merge it, right? And then we'll take this and we'll merge it. And we'll make sure that we underline and bold this. All right, so the end of the chapter, everything in section 1, everything in section 2, and 4 are graphs. You're going to copy those to a Word document, right, holistically, just by highlighting it and copy-paste into a Word document. We'll go with that in section 4. All right, that's the end of section 1.